everybody, I'm back and I am here to show y'all this makeup look. I used the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I love her. She did amazing on this palette. I love every single color, so way to go, girl. But this is going to be a warm, smoky, fall time look. I'm all into some warm colors, so y'all will probably be seeing that a lot on my channel. But yeah, that's about it. If you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. Thanks guys. Bye. Okay, we're going to be starting off with the NARS Radient Creamy Concealer, and I'm going to be putting this all over my eyes. I use this to prime them. You can use whatever primer you like. I just like using concealer because it works just as good and it will cover up any veins or discoloration you have on them. Next, we're going to be going in with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. We're going to be picking that light brown you saw. It's more of a warm tone brown, and I'm just sweeping this back and forth in the crease of my eye. I'm bringing it up a little higher because this is going to be my transition color, so just blend, blend, blend. Oh, and I know my hair looks a little crazy, but I had to put it up to get it out of my way, and I'm not real sure why it looks like I rubbed a balloon all over my head. Next, we're going to be picking up this coral color. It's really light, but it's a beautiful color. It will add even more warmth to your eyes. We're keeping this more so in the crease. I'm bringing it up a little bit, but not near as high as that transition color. But still, you're going to be blending until your arm falls off. And here I'm just going back and picking up that first brush that we used. It's a bigger brush to help blend everything out and mesh everything together. Okay, next we're going back in and using this orange shade. It is a true orange. It's very beautiful. Do not be scared to use oranges. They're absolutely beautiful on your eyes as long as you blend them out. I'm also keeping this color more in the crease, just like that coral color. I'm not bringing it up too high, but I am blending it up just a little bit. And then I go back in with that first fluffy brush and blend everything out. Now we're going in with this medium warm tone brown. We're doing pretty much the same thing that we've been doing with the past two colors, putting it in the crease, bringing it up just a little bit, but not too high. And once again, we're picking up that big brush that we started with and blending everything together to where we have no harsh lines. Okay, now we're going in with this absolutely gorgeous plum color. Oh, got it. But we're going in with a smaller, pointier brush to keep this even more in the crease because we don't want to bring this up even as high as the last few colors, because when you start bringing dark colors up too high, that's when you start looking like a raccoon, and nobody wants that. And then we're going to go back in with that big brush once again, and we're going to be blending everything out. So now we're going in with this dark plum color. We're going to be keeping this low in the crease just like the last color. As you can tell, we're just getting darker and darker just to deepen that crease and really darken it up. You can go over this as many times as you want to darken that color up. It's just your personal preference and how dark you're wanting to go. But I'm only going to go over this about 1 or 2 times, and that's dark enough for me. And we're going back in with that fluffy brush once again to blend everything out. And next we're going to be going in with the Too Faced Glitter Glue. I love this product to put on your eyelids before you're going to be using any shimmer or metallic eyeshadows. It really helps to where there's not as much fallout and it will stay in place longer. Now I'm using a synthetic brush and I'm just going to be packing this on our entire eyelid, back and forth, making sure I put a lot of product to brighten it up. Now I'm going to be going in with this brighter orange color which also has some shimmer in it, and I'm putting this on top of what we just did just to brighten it up a little bit. And as you can see, it did add that extra pop that we needed just to make it a little more noticeable. Now we're going back in with that darker plum and then the lighter plum and mixing them together, and we're going to put this under our eyes. Do not be scared to do this. You're not going to look like a raccoon, I promise. Now we're going back in with that first shade that we used, and we're blending everything out on the bottom. Now we're going to be going in with a shade that has a little bit of a sheen to it. This is just to highlight the brow bone. I wouldn't recommend using a shadow that has too much shimmer or glitter or is too silver, because it usually is a little too harsh. And this is why I like to start with my eyes first. That way all that fallout I can just wipe off with the makeup wipe. And now I'm going in with my all-time favorite gel eyeliner. I'm also using the brush that comes with it. You can use whatever brush you like, but the brush that comes with it really works well for me. The reason I like this eyeliner so much is because it is very pigmented and it does not budge once you have it on your eyes. Now I am going to be doing a winged eyeliner with this look. I'm going to be speeding through it because it takes me quite a minute to get my wings on point. But I'll be doing an in-depth wing tutorial soon, so be looking out for that. Next I'm going to be going in with this black eyeliner pencil to fill in my waterline. This is really just going to smoke this look out. It's optional, it just depends on how smoky or how dark you like your eyes to look. Now I'm going to be going in with my favorite foundation. I just squirt a few pumps onto the brush and pat it on my face. I really just push it in and then I start to blend it out. That way you're really getting the product into your pores and you're not just like wiping it all over your face. It'll help make it stay longer. And next we're going to be going in with concealer. This is my favorite concealer that I've found yet for myself. I tend to go a little heavy-handed, as you can see, with my concealer, but this is the best method that I've found that really conceals those dark circles and also adds a little highlight to your face. That is the reason that I'm putting it on my forehead and down my nose to highlight those areas as well, so it's just not light just right under my eyes, because then that would look a little silly. Next we're going to be setting our under eye concealer. The powder I use has yellow tones to it, which helps brighten up under the eyes and combat those dark circles. And now I'm going in with a mattifying powder. I do this because my face tends to be oily, but if you have more dry skin, you can totally just use a regular translucent powder. And now I'm going to be filling in my brows. This I'm going to kind of go fast through because it does take me a minute to do these, and I'll end up putting up another video showing how I do them more in depth than this here. So I'm just going to be fast forwarding and I'm just going to show you how I do one eye so you get the gist of it. And this definitely shows the difference it makes to fill in your brows. And now we're going in and contouring. I use that middle shade. It's a medium to light cool tone brown. And I like to use cool tone browns when I contour because it makes it look like more of a shadow. Because if you use a warmer color, it's going to look more like bronzer than an actual shadow on your face. And now we're going in with blush. Pretty basic, you know how to do this. Just put it on the apples of your cheeks and blend it back and make sure there is no harsh lines. And now we're going in with some powder to carve out and define that contour we did. I usually let that powder sit for a minute and then I take a big fluffy brush and blend it all out. And next we're going back in with the Morphe palette and mixing two of the colors to use as a highlighter on the cheekbone. I also like to put this down the bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow just to make everything pop, and then I'll blend it out with a big fluffy brush. And now we're going back in with that same contour color as we did earlier, and I'm just going back over it just to make the contour a little more intense, and then blending it out as usual. And moving on to mascara. This mascara makes my eyelashes look so long and so full, and it doesn't flake under my eyes, so that's a major plus to me. Oh, cute. Of course I would get this on my eyes. No big deal though, because we can fix that easily with a Q-tip. Just let it dry a little bit before you try to wipe it off. And now we are moving on to lashes. I'm going to put some glue on there and let it dry for probably about 30 seconds to a minute. That way it can get super tacky so you're not struggling with it sticking to your eye when you put it down. And last but not least, I'm going in with a nude lip gloss. I chose a nude since we had a darker smoky eye, but you do you, girl.